morning, guys. It is day 9 of the journey cruise to the Panama Canal, and well, we are getting ready to enter the Panama Canal. It is early. I'm still in my pajamas. Let's go out here and see what's happening. Now, as you can see, we've already entered the canal and we are headed to the locks. Not sure what time we'll actually start going through them, but we have all day to watch, so I'll definitely bring you all the action that I can. Alright guys, that was going through the first lock at the Panama Canals. Now we are going to get out of this sun, maybe view it from the rear or maybe from the balcony. So we'll be here all day, so I'll bring you plenty of footage. Check in with you in a little bit. And this is the view from the aft of the ship. Pretty cool. As you can see, these locomotives are keeping us centered in the canal. That's how they guide the ship through. It's 2 in the front and 2 in the back. There they go. And we're back in the room. Oh man, it's getting warm out there, but that was breakfast, which I don't think I even took a picture because I was too excited. And we got up to the front of the ship and I showed you going through the first lock and rising up. And then we went to the rear of the ship, the aft, and we caught us coming through and the gates opening and closing. It's amazing to watch this technology. Knowing it's 108 years old, and we're able to move these huge ships uphill. But I believe we are getting ready to enter the lake. If I'm correct, we should be through them now. So let's step out here and look at this. After we unlock it. My bad. Right there's one of the engines that got us through. Over there's the lake we're getting ready to enter. And there's Russ. And right here's how they turn the engines around on the tracks. You might get to see this one start. We have now done a partial transit through the Panama Canal. I guess we're going to hang out in this lake for a while. They didn't really say. But they did say it would be, what, about 12 hours, yeah? Till 7 tonight. So yeah, I guess we're going to cruise for a while. Well, he come on over. Has he been with us the whole time, Greg? Alright guys, real quick, I'm out, ended up looking for ducks, so I'm out looking for ducks, but I wanted to show you another tip that I learned on this very cruise. We are in the Follies Theater, and we are on the balcony section. And something that I learned on this cruise is, let me show you. You're setting up here, there's nowhere for your drinks. Well, if you look at the very end of your armrest, it flips open. You can fit 2 drinks there. Had not seen that before, so I just wanted to share that because this is, well, I don't know, we're gold status, and I had never seen that nor knew it. So that's just a little tip I wanted to pass along to you all, and I hope it helps. If you already knew that, comment down below and let me know when you learn of that trick or whatever it is you want to call it. But let me know when you figured that out, cause it took me a while. All right, let's look for ducks. And walking out of the theater, I believe we got lucky, cause check this out. We have found us another duck.
Well, a very good afternoon, everyone, or almost afternoon. This is Cam, your cruise director, here to give you an update. We are currently anchored here in the Panama Canal. We'll be anchored until about 12:30. We get our new pilot on, and we'll be going back through the old locks, and then we'll continue with our lecturer, giving you some information on what you can see and what's to come inside of our transit back the opposite way. Again, that'll be at 12:30. We'll be anchored till about 12:30, and then approximately around that time we will start our transition or trip back to the other side. And of course, as amazing as our lecturer has been, he is offering to do a Q&A session. That's right, Q&A session is going to take place at 11 o'clock or just around that time. If you want to make your way to the theater on deck number 2 in the very forward of the ship, we'll have our fun squad there. We have the doors open ready for you, and he'll be taken to the stage to answer any questions you have about the Panama Canal, what is there to expect on our transit back, and anything you have, any questions you may want to ask when it comes to our trip here visiting the beautiful Panama Canal. So come on out. Our lecturer is going to give a cute and awesome session from now until 12 o'clock. So join us inside the Follies Theater on deck 2 in the very forward of the ship. Whatever you choose to do, have a great morning doing it. I look forward to seeing you out and about around the ship. As a matter of fact, I will see you at our Q&A session. No, it's not on the schedule, but he is offering his time to answer your questions. That's cool. And give you some more information and insight on the Panama Canal. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your morning, and as always, ciao for now.
Well, we're going to keep looking for ducks, and we may get involved on that, so let's look around and see what we can find. All right, we are back in the room, and I told Shell I would find 3 ducks. 3 ducks is what I predicted. I've made 1 lap around floor 3, 2, and a partial on 4. Shell, how many ducks do you think I found?
5.
She thinks 5. I'm not that good. I only found 2. But you've seen me pull that one. But I was in a high traffic flow, and I pulled that one as well. So it's 2 ducks early on in the day. I think now I'm gonna see if Shell wants to go with me, and we'll go listen to the narrator answer some questions about the Panama Canal and the Follies Theater.
The question is, in a lot of some of the freshwater lakes in the United States and
was showing him that I've done this transit so many times that sometimes we have family of alligators that accompany the ship. They would come with the ship ahead, swimming ahead of the ship, and once the gates are open into the lake, they go into the lake. And why they do this transit? Because the lake is the feeding grounds for the alligators. In the lake we have fish, we have bass, and other kinds of fish. And it's funny because sometimes even the captain, he sees a family of alligators crossing the canal, and the first thing he runs over and he says, and he announces by the mic that if anybody's interested in watching a family of alligators swimming, just take a look outside. See the family of alligators.
We also now offer a swimming excursion in the lake for anyone who has complaints. It's free of charge. It's been nice knowing you.
This follows along with ships having free access, but between the newer canal and the older canal, is there a cost difference? Is it based on tonnage, or what do they pay to be able to use the canal?
Okay, every time a ship transit canal, they do it using a shipping agency. Before they transit, they pay the toll that they're supposed to pay. So if there is a ship that wants to go through here and says, we are transporting coal, for example, and we're carrying so many tons of coal, the ship will pay the equivalent to its weight, whatever exchange that they have. But they have to pay ahead of time before they transit. So passenger ship like this, they have to pay according to the number of rooms or beds that they have. A military ship, for example, will pay, depending on the ship, on the space that they have in order to travel. Not all the military ships pay, like I mentioned. Some, it varies.
So my question is, how much did it cost for this ship to go through today?
Okay, my gut feeling is probably over 100,000. Okay. We have had ships that pay 1,150,000. Those are the mega ships.
I know you mentioned it earlier, but just in case anyone did miss it, what was the highest amount ever paid to go through the Panama Canal, and what was the cheapest amount paid ever to go through the Panama Canal? We had a little bit of this discussion on the bridge earlier.
The highest amount paid was the Ever Triton, 1.1 million. The lowest was 36 cents. By a guy that swam the canal back in 1924.
What was he doing swimming the canal? Why was he swimming the canal?
He was trying to set a record, and he probably did because no one else has done it after him.
Them damn alligators running people away.
Question on the maintenance. How often does the galleon cut need to be dredged in even the lake? You've got the Chavez River flowing in and bringing all kinds of silt. So how often does it need to be dredged to maintain the depth?
Every day. There is a place in Midway that is called Gamboa, that is home of the dredging division. The dredging division conducts dredging 24/7 every day. Sometimes when we are transiting, we go by a barge and a floating crane because they're digging constantly. Why? Because the land in the canal is very unstable, and they need to keep digging in order to ensure that there is enough depth for the ships to go through. We don't want what happened in 1914, that the landslide closed the canal for 7 months. So that's something that we learned the hard way. That's not going to happen again.
So lots and lots of ships out there waiting, but we didn't wait. So how did we get priority that we could just sail right into the lines?
Okay, sometimes shipping agencies get a request from a ship saying, hey, I'm in a hurry, I'm willing to pay the fine or advance in line. It's going to cost me $20,000 more, but I'm willing to pay. And they pay. So if a ship arrives and there are 10 ships ahead of that ship will get free movement ahead of the line because they pay to get that.
Don't worry about it, sir. We added a ticker bill. So once again, for those who may be just joining us in our Panama Canal chat Q&A, this gentleman on stage, he is our narrator that you were listening to earlier this morning. Now, we are going to be anchored here till about 12:30, according to the captain. We'll get our new pilot back on board, another pilot back on board, and then we will turn the ship and head back toward the old locks, and then proceed to go back toward where we came in.
And we are back in the room. Had to go back and get some lemonade. Going to eat some quick lunch, and then Cam said at 12:30 we are starting back through the locks, and I'm going to bring you some more footage of that. But right now, let's eat. Somebody wants a bite of my burger. Alright, we are getting ready to go back through the Panama Canal, and the pilots are on the boat and they are pulling us up to the pier now. They will hook the cables back to the engines and pull us right through. So let's kick back and watch this. Alright guys, this is the boat being lowered in the first lock headed back north. I don't know if you can tell, we're actually lowering down. That is exiting the Panama Canal. We are now headed back north, and then what, 6 or 7 days we'll be back in Baltimore. But we have one more stop, and that'll be Grand Turk. And there's also a possible hurricane in front of us. We'll have to see how that goes. Alright guys, I ran up on the sun deck, deck 10, and we're getting ready to go under that big bridge. Let's see how close it gets to the whale's tail. That should be fun. counted at least 22 boats waiting to get into the Panama Canal. It's a busy day. I don't see any more cruise ships, but there's plenty of ships out here. And we are ready for dinner. It's been a very, very eventful day. I'm tired. My feet hurt, and I realize I'm not as young as I used to be. That sky out there is beautiful. Now, let's look at that, and then we'll go to dinner.
Anything you like this? Of course you would say that must have been a trick, right? You would call this an illusion or sleight of hand. But magic is much more than that. You see, this is extremely soft. The other one is identical. Watch what happens. I wave my hand. I will do that again, but this time I need your help. Would you please open your hands for me? Thank you. Now this time, I'll just use one of them. I will ask you to hold yours in your fist like me. Open your hand. I'll wave my hand. It travels through your body, so please open your other hand.
That's great.
I have something for you. This is that classic story you remember since your childhood, when the magician will simply ask you to take one card. Please look at the card, remember, that's great. Let me show it also to your family. And notice the card goes back somewhere in the middle of the deck. Now watch close, I'll cut. Do that again and again. I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4 packets, mix them, decks, shuffle them. You remember the card?
I think so.
Okay. All I have to do is wave my hand. Your card travels to the top. Would you please open the hand for me? Would you please hold this glass on it? When you fix your card?
Nope.
The jack of cards goes on top. Now watch closely the card to the bottom. Magically travels to the top. This was in his hand under the glass. So please have a look.
That's the one.
Can I ask you, the lady, to just think of a playing card? Choose one in your mind.
Think of what?
A playing
A playing card. If you think it's common and I could easily take a guess, you can change your mind. Would you like to change your mind? Let me have a look in your eyes. Thank you. Beside here, I turned over one card. The card that I felt when I looked into your eyes. Now, you can tell us, what was your card? Spades. See, as I promised, I turned over one card. If you have on you, please give me a bill. Do you have a bill by any chance? Like $1 or so?
No, we all have sign and sale cards.
Yeah, true, but I wanted to show you something using it. Maybe next time then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Let's take it now and say it's gonna be so easy for us to fall in love. Hey baby, what's your hurry? Relax and don't you worry. We're gonna fall in love.
All right.
Alright guys, as you can tell, it is not nighttime, and well, it just kind of faded out from dinner. Let me tell you what happened. As we was leaving dinner, Shell got real like dizzy, and she actually kind of bumped into a pole a couple of times, and I thought, well, maybe there was a man standing there talking. She was like dodging him or whatever. Didn't think nothing of it. Went about 10 more feet, and next thing I know, her knees are buckling, and I literally have to catch her. She was passing out or blacking out. So we got her, you know, all right, and got her back to the room, and that was the end of our evening. Now, she has a couple rare autoimmune disorders, and I believe she was in a flare from being in the heat and the sun, and we've just going on this trip, because these cruises, they're just packed full of fun and entertainment. There's always something to do, and I believe she just kind of overdid herself. So we ended that one there. We let her rest. I stayed with her by her side all night because I didn't know if she would get sick or what, and I didn't want to leave her. So that was the end of the night. So sorry we didn't bring you any more entertainment. It was just the only things that were happening last night was the mashup band, which you've seen quite a bit of, and then they had a cowboy, I don't know, with some ropes and whips. I don't know if he chased Cam around on stage or what, but we're not worried about missing that one. We needed to get her better and on the road to recovery. She's feeling better today. She's actually getting ready to send me out for some lunch, but I just wanted to explain why there was nothing more in this video. So I'm going to end this one here, and then I'm going to start the next one for what will be your next video. So this was the Panama Canal. We really enjoyed going through the locks. It was educational because they brought somebody on board and talked about it, and it was just really interesting. That's the furthest south we have ever been, so it was a fun-filled day. But anyway, going to end this one here. Thanks for watching. Shell's okay. She's on the road to recovery. We just have to slow her down a little bit. She was raring and ready to go, and well, sometimes your mind wants to do more than your body will allow. Just kind of like me, my eyes will want me to eat more than my stomach can hold. But guys, we're going to end this here. Hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for watching. It's been Jason from Man's Adventures. God bless.
Wild and